Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to LettiSpeaks. Tonight we are doing another reading to see what energies come out. Definitely tapping in to the collective. Thanks for all of the support, the comments, the likes, the subs. All of that is very much appreciated. If you are watching and you have yet to subscribe, maybe consider subscribing. If you do, make sure you hit the bell so that you'll be notified in the event that I post new content or if I go live. Okay, let me just adjust some things really quickly. I probably should have done this before getting started. Nevertheless, we're gonna do it now. Okay, let's see. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the energies. This will be a free flow read, and so it's going to be open, not specific. Don't feel like you have to make it fit because it is going to be a random reading, okay? If you're looking for a personal reading, you could either catch me when I go live, or you can go down to my description box and schedule a reading with me, okay? An extensive reading with me. So what's happening today, Spirit? What is the present energies today? Ooh. Okay. What is it that's happening today? So I have the Queen of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles, the Six of Pentacles, the Three of Pentacles, the Eight of Cups, and the Eight of Wands. So it looks like there is someone possibly taking things into their own hands, possibly moving in a way that's going to give you more control over your life, over your work, right? Whatever that is that you do, over some part of your situation. I do feel like this could deal with someone that you work with possibly, or even work for. This Queen of Cups and Queen of Pentacles here with the Six of Pentacles. There's been some type of possible situation where you were working for someone and they were paying you for doing a job. Well, it feels like you have decided to move up to a higher level. So if either this is a promotion where you're getting promoted, or you're actually taking it into your own hands and promoting yourself and you're becoming your own boss. I'm apt to believe, because the Emperor is on the bottom, someone is moving and becoming their own boss quickly too. I have 8-8 out here. There could be something that you are doing to bring this into being. There could be something that you do well. The Three of Pentacles definitely seems like you are very good at this. Whatever this is that you're moving up in the ranks for, this could even be something that you have garnered even a lot of attention around the fact that you do this so well. This could be you possibly learning something really quickly and growing in it, becoming a master very quickly, almost as if you're natural at it. Let's see. So I also have the Ten of Cups, with the Hierophant and the Prince of Swords. Now, this feels like moving away from something for some of you. Not quite sure. Like, it almost feels like you may not have all of the details worked out on what this will look like when you move into this next season or this next part of your journey, but you know for sure that it's going to place you into a position where you're going to have more control. You're going to be able to kind of call the shots in this new position where you're moving. You'll have more autonomy over your day and how you'll be able to set up your work schedule or your arrangements. What is this Ten of Cups? Yeah, so it feels like there's something, you may be even, for someone, you may be moving away from family, starting something new. You may have been in this energy for a while wanting to do this and very kind of withdrawn from where you were. And now you finally get a chance to make a move, to step out onto a new direction, something different than where you are or where you were if you've already stepped out. Why is the Hierophant here? Why is the Hierophant here? And so I feel like the Hierophant, we have the Three of Swords and the Two of Pentacles. The Hierophant being an energy, for me, it says a lot about something spiritual, or even institutions, like the way society has set up for things to be done. It's like tradition is an established way of doing something. It's almost like something was no longer working. Yeah, it may have been set up to do it that way, but it doesn't mean that it works, you know, for everybody. There's some level of disappointment with how things were expected to go or supposed to go, which placed you in a position of having to choose something different. And so I feel like this is you moving away from the normal path. You may, in fact, be setting your own path or setting up things to do it in a way that you see fit. And it may not align with the normal way of doing things. It may be very different. I feel like for someone, you may have tried it the traditional way and it didn't work, and so that's why you're possibly considering something different. I do feel there is a little bit of worry around this, even though you feel deep in your heart this is the right thing. You feel like you're being led. You feel like you're being called to step into this new space or on this new path, this new direction. But it feels a little bit tense. There's a little bit of anxiety. But with the Star here, I feel like this could be like something that you ask for, something that you wish for, and Spirit is granting that. So don't feel anxious about this. Even with the Nine of Swords, right? She may feel like she's trapped here, but if she actually thought about it she may actually have a way to even climb out using the swords, right? And so this is not a time to kind of look at what could go wrong, right? This is a time to strategize. Swords is about mental energy. This is a time to strategize and find out what's going to work. It's all about the focus. I feel like Spirit is letting you know you asked, and now that you know the opportunity is being provided. Yeah. I feel like sometimes we're in such a rush to make a difference or to make a change because we're so tired of the same old rigmarole. And the idea, when it comes in, it's like, yes, let's do it. And then when we step into it, it's like, oh snap, what did I do? Right? But listen, I feel like Spirit is completely supporting you. Not only that, I feel like Spirit is actually even guiding you in this. Let's see. So we have the King of Wands, which is like the master of, you know, inspiration and motivation and going and getting things done and finding a way. Clarified by the Four of Pentacles and the Empress. I don't feel like there's the need to overdo. There's no need to overdo. I do feel like you are highly skilled in whatever this is that you're moving towards, or you have sufficient experience or knowledge about this to be able to properly maintain the position or maintain your level of responsibility where you're going. And so there's no need to overdo or try to prove your worth or prove yourself. Just kind of step in it and allow things to come. Handle things as they come, right? And don't feel like you have to earn your way or prove, right? I'm getting that. Like, just kind of settle in your confidence in what it is that you know. And as things come up, allow your expertise to be shared. Because I feel like this could be, for some of you, something where people will come to you for what they need. You're not going to have to go out like seeking. This is something where people were going to come to you and seek you out. And so this might be a time not to expend a lot of energy in that way. Just sit back, be patient, and allow them to come. And for some of you, that may be challenging. It's almost like going from a 9-to-5 transitioning into entrepreneurship. Well, that's two totally different mindsets. And you may be definitely used to something the way it has been. And where you're going is going to be a completely different setup. And it's going to be a completely different shift as it pertains to how you think and how you see yourself in relation to what it is that you do. There's something changing. And there's also going to be a lot of discovery. I feel like you're going to find out here, like, so much about yourself that you never knew. That's going to be a part of this change, this transformation that's happening. For those of you where you're actually transitioning from has been difficult, you feel like it's been unfair in many ways. You feel like you were possibly placed in unfair expectations or situations, right? Well, now you're given an opportunity to create. As you step into this new role or this new situation, you actually hold the ability to create your circumstances as you transition over, right? It's moving from that victim mentality, if that's where you were, right, over into the creator mentality. You hold creation in your hands. You're actually creating this thing, whatever this thing is for you. As you move into it, this transition is placing you in the emperor role. Let's see. There's something that could have happened. I didn't really feel like this was parting on bad terms with whoever this was, but it could have been something that happened that kind of deconstructed what it is that you had built, or whatever this agreement or this contract that you had with this previous setup. It feels like it was something that possibly happened all of a sudden or beyond anyone's control. It just happened. And I'm hearing someday you just wake up and all of a sudden you just know it's time for a change, or you just know the current setup is no longer going to work anymore. That's what I'm hearing. Why is the Tower here? We have the Three of Cups and the Seven of Cups. So the Two of Cups in the Tower is like some type of situation or breakdown in some type of relationship or connection. And it could have had something to do with someone else. There could have been like an interference in this connection or this setup from someone else. I got the Three of Cups. And that means a third party of some kind. This doesn't have to be a love situation. It could. It could have been a third party, or it could have been one person just feeling like they got other options. And they may not have to really, deal with this because they have other options. Or maybe there was looking at other options, maybe no longer looking to the contracted individual. That's what actually broke it off. What is this Two of Cups? Again, I didn't really get in the beginning that it was a rash separation or moving away. It almost felt like a decision just made in the best interest of the person who made the decision. So the Two of Cups was the Ten of Pentacles and the Magician. This feels like it was something that was desired at one point in time. This was something that someone manifested at one point in time, but it may not be that way. That may be so at one point in time, but right now it definitely is something different. And it feels like this was due to an interference, whether it was a third party stepping in or whether it was somebody looking elsewhere or seeing other options, looking in a different direction. We have the Sun. Why is the Sun here, Spirit? So this might feel like a good decision that you've made. Why is the Sun here? The Seven of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups. Yeah. And so first of all, the Sun is ultimate fulfillment, right? It's long-term fulfillment with the Seven of Pentacles, clarifying that whatever decision you made, this is going to lead to long-term fulfillment with the Seven of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups. This is being offered something of substance that will be substantially greater and last longer. I have the Knight of Pentacles on the bottom. This may be something that would help if you would kind of take a moment, not feel rushed, but just take your time moving, you know, into this new space. Make sure that you are detailed and thinking of how you want this to look, what it is that you want to feel when you move over to this space. You know, being really detailed in the description and the expectations of what it is that you're wanting. The Knight of Pentacles does say move, and sometimes it is quick energy, but it's also understanding the knights are not kings. Kings are in an expert level. The knights are still getting there, and so there could be still a lot that you need to consider. There may still be a lot that you're learning on this process. It's understanding that and providing space to explore and discover what you don't know yet as you transition over. Yeah, this feels like long-term fulfillment and enjoyment. You'll be here a while where you're moving to or wherever you are transitioning to. We have the Five of Cups and the Nine of Cups. It feels a little bittersweet, but it's almost like exchanging something. You know, there's an exchange here. And there's a need to surrender something so that you would be able to find something greater. The Five of Cups is a little bit of possibly regretful energy. Sometimes it's resentful. In this case, I feel like it just represents you understanding this new beginning does mean endings to things that may have been, because it's cups, that means there's some level of connection here, even some emotional connection possibly. But the Nine of Cups is a promise of something much, much better. So we're not going to cry over spilled milk, right? Because not only do we have these two cups, we also have 9 other cups that we have the opportunity to explore and to find out which one holds our heart's desire. You know, this is the search for the Holy Grail. And so this is, I also feel like something that you desired. It's a gift being given by Spirit, this new beginning. You may have asked or prayed, or you may have been manifesting this new beginning. Well, it's here. And so that's why it's not really, I mean, allow yourself to feel what you're going to feel. If it's difficult walking away, allow yourself to grieve so that you can celebrate this new beginning, right? You don't want to bring any of this old stagnant energy right? Over from the old place to the new. And so, yes, grieving is okay. Allow yourself to grieve and sign off, okay? With the Six of Wands and the Five of Pentacles, yeah, this is going to be good where you're headed. People may even be looking at you in a highlight right now for the fact that you're willing to make this transition. It feels like it could be something difficult. With the Five of Pentacles, there's some major change that's happening. We have the Five of Cups and the Five of Pentacles. Some major change, the change in the way that you think, right? The change in the workplace, some physical circumstance, a major change. But I feel like you could be someone who is currently in the spotlight. The Six of Wands talks about getting a level of recognition, being seen in a highlight, and victoriously as well. Not only do you feel good about yourself, but people are seeing you like in a really good way, in a highlight. I feel like people admire you for being able to take this step, this leap of faith. Knowing that it's not easy, right? People see you as bold. They may be seeing you as daring. And pretty interesting as well. We have the Eight of Swords and the Two of Wands. Let's see, why is the Eight of Swords here? Why is the Eight of Swords here? I feel like there were difficulties along this way that may have had something to do. It was clarified with the Page of Wands, the Justice, and the Wheel of Fortune that may have made you feel at one point in time like you were stuck, but you overcame them by recognizing your ability to expand and to place yourself in a position to start again, to learn something new if possible, if necessary. Also, I feel like there was a level of integrity that you may have held even while you were desiring something new. There's a high level of integrity here that you displayed that helped you overcome these blocks. And of course, with the Wheel of Fortune, you've been very lucky. Spirit heard your prayer, right? You may have had angels even working on your behalf with this. And so, though there were challenges, there were blocks, you didn't let any of them stop you. And that's why you're able to choose right now with the Two of Wands. What is the Two of Wands? You're definitely moving forward. There's no doubt about that. The question may be, which way? Okay. What is this Two of Wands here? I have the Hermit and the Five of Wands. You may, in fact, be taking time to pull away from everyone and everything to get guidance around which way is the best way. You may have two specific choices that you're dealing with or you're being confronted with right now that you're trying to decide between. And it may be a little difficult. If you are somehow in the spotlight, or there's some level of affluence that you've gained for yourself, right? There may be just a lot of distractions right now, keeping you from really being tuned in. And so you may need to take some time to yourself and pull away from everyone and everything to get guidance. There is a right answer. It's a matter of positioning yourself so you can hear it, so you can see it. For some of you, you may in fact be in scattered energy right now. People could actually be giving you their opinions about what you should do, causing a little bit of confusion. There may be a need to go inward to find answers. We have the Queen of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles. Yeah. There also may be a need to, for some of you to get more information. That's coming up again. To get more information and to be very assertive with what it is that you want, how it is that you see things moving forward here. It may have a lot to do with you being able to visualize at this point as you're moving forward. And because I get the energy like there's a level of executive creation that you are dealing with. Like some of this you're having to create as you move forward. With the Ace of Pentacles, like this could even be something to do with some opportunity. We already know it's a new part of your journey, a new direction, a new job, a new business. It's something new, a new direction. But the Ace of Pentacles is, I feel like, gives the energy of, or promotion as well. Investing time, being that it came out with the Queen of Swords, there may be some time needed to really think this through, not to take it lightly, because the Queen of Swords is very in the know, right? She's very knowledgeable. She's very resourceful. Right? There's not a lot that she does not know. And if she doesn't know, she knows how to find out. And so she's assertive because she's very sure of herself and what it is that she knows. It's almost like taking that energy and combining it with this new opportunity that you have. So there's a need to be highly informed, okay, as you move into this new position or this new opportunity. There may even be some more research that needs to be done. There's some more that you need to know about this. And if it's somebody signing a new contract, a new position, a promotion, there may be a need for you to research and find out a little bit more about what's going to be required in this new position, okay? This feels like more knowledge required here. I also have the Four of Wands and the High Priestess. Yeah, this does feel like just kind of knowing. I feel like you've already tapped into that energy of what would be like the perfect setup. You know, it's almost like creating a space that would be comfortable, that would be conducive to what it is that you'll be doing, you know. And I don't know why I'm seeing like an office high-rise office with windows. The walls on one whole side of the office is nothing but ceiling to floor windows where you'll be able to peer out and actually engage with your creative thoughts. So it's almost like setting up or choosing a specific, you've already envisioned a detailed account of what that looks like. You've already tapped into that energy. Excuse me. So we have the Hangman clarified by the 8 of Pentacles and the 10 of Wands. So for those of you that are a little bit more advanced in this process, you've moved towards actually doing the work. For some of you, I feel like this is the transition into it, and so you're very much in the process. But for others, you may in fact be on the other side of that process and actually implementing and putting things together, because I almost feel like this is something having to be placed on hold, something you've been working on, something that's been very laborious, a lot of work, a lot of details, tiring, non-stop work, but it almost feels like you've ran into a snag with the process. So something about what you were on a roll with has been placed on hold because there's some kind of snag that has happened. What is the 10 of Wands here, Spirit? What is the 10 of Wands? The 10 of Wands was clarified by the Queen of Wands and the World. And what's the 8 of Pentacles? The 6 of Cups and the 10 of Swords. So the 10 of Wands, I feel like, is definitely pointing to possibly someone who has finished before they even got started, right? Someone who's already have the plan down and they've already finished before they've even got started, but it may feel a little overwhelming. So I don't know if you're working with someone who is very advanced and it's a little bit overwhelming for you. And so there's a need to slow down, or you've asked to slow things down a little bit. On the other hand, we have the 8 of Pentacles, which talks about the energy of hard work and mastery, which is clarified with the 10 of Swords and the 6 of Cups. So it feels like there may be something getting in the way, something coming up, something from the past that surfaced during this process that put like a wrench in the workings. So on one hand, it's a little overwhelming because things have been moving so fast. Or it may be overwhelming working with this energy because the energy is just so high level. You ever work with somebody that it seems like all they do is drink coffee all day and they're on 10, all day long. It almost feels like that kind of energy. Sometimes you do need a break with that kind of energy. And so this hangman may call for just a little back up a little bit. It seems a little overwhelming, some part of this process. And then it was also clarified with the Eight of Pentacles, the hard work being put in. There's something that resurfaced. Maybe a reminder of some kind. I don't know. This almost seems psychological. And so I feel like Spirit is just saying, don't push yourself. Like, understand your limits, understand and be sensitive to your needs, okay? I'll just simplify it like that. Because it can be stressful, you know? Transitioning can be stressful, especially when you've been doing things a certain way for a long time. Or if you're going from a certain traditional way to something that's completely opposite. Like, it can be, that transition can be difficult. And I don't know why I'm hearing spirituality. So if someone is transitioning from traditional spirituality, like religion, into actual spirituality, yeah, that's difficult too. Almost mind breaking, right? Because we hold within us, and I know Spirit is taking us on a tangent, but this may be for someone. We hold within us like very core values, and it's almost like plucking up the very core, like not only out of our spirits and out of our belief systems, but it's actually plucking up, even going back to previous generations. It's plucking up, right? And so it could be very traumatizing. I'm almost getting that energy with the Ten of Swords and the Six of Cups. It's working hard to really reframe how you do things, how you process, even down from the core value system that is held. It's that level of change here that I'm sensing. Let's see. My heart goes out to you. What I would say is, whatever keeps you calm and balanced, do that, because you're going to need a lot of that. And listen to yourself, right? Value yourself. If yourself is telling you, we need a break, we need a timeout, let's just take a moment to digress, right? Do that. Do that, okay? Because at the very top of the priority is your health, your mental health. And so I have the Lovers here with the Ace of Wands and the King of Pentacles. I feel like this new start is not necessarily to do with love. Not saying it couldn't be, but it feels more business oriented, or partnerships or contracts. I feel like it's going to lead to a lot of stability and wealth. There may be some, you know, like I said, some internal conflict to deal with, but provide the time to do that. Even if you have to seek additional help to make the transition, that's fine too. That's fine too. We have the Temperance, the Four of Cups, and the King of Cups, talking about that emotional balance, that healing coming first, you coming first with the Four of Cups, and providing time, like through this transition, to make sure that you're taking care of your spiritual, your emotional needs, putting yourself first, doing things that's going to keep you emotionally fit. Okay. That healing is going to keep you expanding and ascending, right? I definitely feel like this has been like a healing journey for many of you. With the Knight of Pentacles and the Knight of Swords, this has also been a journey that the healing has led to not only expansion, but the healing part of it is important because it keeps things clear. It keeps your mind clear, your processes clear. There's a level of clarity that's necessary. And the healing part of that, staying balanced, staying grounded. It's one thing to pursue, wealth and prosperity and success and, accolades, but it's a whole nother thing to understand the importance of pursuing health and spiritual abundance, and health in your body, health in your emotions, health in your mental processes. That's a whole nother thing. I feel like it goes hand in hand, because what good is having lots of money and material things when you can't even enjoy it because you're not in your right mind? You don't even have a peace of mind, literally or figuratively. You don't even have a peace of mind, right? So how can you even enjoy what it is that you're bringing in if you're not spiritually well? And so I feel like Spirit is definitely pointing out the value of taking care of your spiritual, your mental health. Like, your ability to even grow from this place where you are is incumbent upon you taking care of your spiritual health, your mental health. And I feel like Seven of Wands on the bottom, talking about spiritual courage and being able to set good boundaries and standing for things that you believe in. And I think if we asked, that we might get very similar answers, especially for those that did reach a level of success. If they were to look back, some of the things that they would have done differently would definitely be to put themselves first, to put their mental health first, to make time for themselves, keep themselves at the top of their priority list and not get lost in that. And I can imagine it could be easy to do, to get lost. Let's see what else. And then we're going to end this very soon here. Anything else, Spirit? What else? Yeah. Spirit is saying this new beginning, this new fulfillment, this ability to go after what it is that you dream about, what it is that you desire at the very core of your being, is going to take some spiritual courage. It's going to take some healthy boundaries being set. It's going to take you defending what it is that you believe in. And also, there's going to be some internal conflict to deal with and to decipher and to work through, right? I think Spirit is just really being really honest, like it's not going to be easy, but it's going to be worth it, whatever this is. Anything else, Spirit? I think when we deal with new concepts, for those of us that are open to new ways of being, new ways of seeing things, the fight is many times against tradition. It's against the old way, the old mindset, the old constructs, right? And many times there is a need to set good boundaries, to be able to stand for what it is that we believe in, even if it means standing alone. Trusting on that level that you're willing to actually understand that you have within yourself everything that you always require for what you're being called to do. You already have it within you. It's understanding on that level as we're going through this internal conflict, right? Because there will be. And I feel like for whoever this is, there's going to be some ushering in new ideas that may not be widely accepted, but for some reason it's important with where we're going for humanity on a world scale. It's important to be open to new ideas because some of the old systems are dying. They're already dead. It's just that we haven't realized it yet. Many times there's so many things happening in the spirit that we don't see because the spirit has no time. It's already happened. That's why things feel weird and it feels stagnant, because we've entered into a new, what is the word? We've entered into a new season, a new time frame, right? But it's just a matter of the physical catching up with the spiritual realm. And you may, in fact, I feel many of you watching may, in fact, be tapped into that new energy. And it's not easy to stand in a place where not everyone is aware of, right? You almost feel ostracized and knowing that people are looking at you crazy, right? But that's that internal conflict that Spirit is talking about. Nevertheless, right? Stand in your truth. Now, I have the Seven of Swords here, clarified by the Knight of Wands and the Strength. And I'm thinking of two different things. Number one, I'm hearing, the need for you to be really diligent and on guard. Because on one hand, the Seven of Swords can represent this very deceptive energy that could be around you. One that wants to come in and tear down what it is that you're doing, or one that wants to come in and steal it, usurp some level of power that you have been given or that you're walking into. And this may be a very cyclical energy. And when I say that, I mean this could be something that comes up often for you to actually work through or battle with the Strength here. And you found a way, you've become very skilled in dealing with this energy. The Strength talks about her being able to tame, even the lion. She stands there right next to the lion, holding a snake, showing her level of mastery over these very ferocious and deadly beings, right? There's some level of mastery that she's gained over dealing with them. And so this could be you understanding the level of skill that you have and being aware of these cycles that keep coming in to try you. On the other hand, it's talking about strategy, which is kind of similar, right? The need for strategy. the need to be almost like in this very warrior-like energy with where you're going. Like you'll need to be very in depth with what it is that you do and how you operate. And for some, able to do many things at the same time. The Knight of Wands is double fire. Okay, we're almost done here. Yeah. And just to end this off, we have the Princess of Pentacles, the Devil, and the Judgment. And so Spirit is letting you know, like, to prepare yourself. Like everything is not going to be pleasant, right? And not always looking at the devil as something outside of ourselves. There's going to be many things that we'll need to conquer and release within ourselves, like the ego, that many times gets out of control and causes us to want to control others, right? With the level of power that we're given, there's also a level of responsibility as well. We're not able to just do whatever we want, but there's usually a reason for power. And as you're coming into this level of authority, for many of you, this level of sovereignty, right? It's understanding the purpose behind that with the judgment. The judgment means there's an awakening. There's a resting of coming into this higher level of awareness, this higher level of existence. It's being at one and understanding your responsibility and relationship to everything. That keeps the power balanced and in check, you know. With the Chariot, the King of Wands, King of Swords, and the Two of Swords. I feel like this is all about forging. You having the ability to forge. I'm hearing that word specifically, to forge. And that means like actually to carve out something. And by you carving it out, you leave your impression on it to forge it, right? This is talking about the Chariot, the King of Wands, and the Two of Swords. The King of Swords, excuse me, and the Two of Swords. This is you taking this level of energy that you're currently in right now, and possibly even causing change. I'm hearing that. This journey for you is about not only success, but it's also, I feel like, a deeper level that you may, in fact, be adopted into. I'm hearing change is one. Moving things forward. You may have an opportunity to actually be a part of something greater than yourself. With the King of Swords, this is like excellent control, excellent self-control, like a truth speaker possibly, someone who is very disciplined, who's good with authority, who's strategic and thoughtful, balanced, right? A good judgment, right? It's almost like the perfect person to be put in place. So this could be many of you being placed in positions for specific reasons. The Two of Swords talks about difficulty in decision, possibly being at a crossroads, right? Making difficult decisions, having to look at yourself in your reflection, right? To understand yourself, who you are, standing in your truth and your power. And so for many of you, I feel like what Spirit is saying, and I'll end it here, is that we are being placed in positions for a specific purpose. Yes, there is a fulfilling of your highest dream, something you prayed for and desired, and it's being answered. But ultimately, we're being placed in positions in the earth, many of us, to fulfill certain things, as I talked about here in different little spaces. And so I feel like it may, in fact, just remind us that it is about us, but it's also bigger than us too, okay? It's bigger than us. When it's all said and done, I think that's going to be the title of this message. Yes, you get the answer to your prayer, but understand when it's all said and done, it's bigger than us. All right. So that's what I have. Thank you for stopping by. It's been a pleasure reading for you. Until next time, it has been Letty Speaks. I do invite you to comment. Thank you for the comments. I appreciate those and letting me know how it relates. Okay, I appreciate that. You can also like, you can share, and if you feel led, please consider subscribing. That does help the message to get out to others that may need to hear it. If you subscribe, hit the bell so you'll be notified in case I post new content, or if I go live, which I do. If you're looking for a personal reading, you want to catch me when I'm live, that's when you can ask up close, in real time questions, or you could also go down to my description and hit the link and schedule a reading as well. Those will be more in depth. And so again, my name is Letty. It has been a pleasure speaking for you. All right, until next time, you all take care of yourself, right? Somebody's depending on you.